Thank you, guys. So, in the last classes, we have completed outbound integration, guys. Okay. So, for example, in outbound integration or any inbound integration, you have developed the integration, guys. Okay. One of your friend, okay, one of your friend having the same type of requirement. Okay. He want to do the integration from scratch, guys. Okay. So he asked you to like do you have developed this type of requirement? So you have already developed, guys. If you want to share how you did, okay. So you want to share this code to the one of your friend. How we can share? Okay. We just right click on integration. Which integration you want to share, guys? So right click on that integration. Okay. So then we have a option to export, guys. Okay. Right click on the integration. So export option, guys. Under export option, we have a clar file. Okay. So we have a clar file, guys. So in the clar file, just click next, and where we want to store. So we can take a name, title, guys, sample, and click next. Give the where we want to save this file. So save it to the downloads. This is the name, guys. Save. Finish, guys. How we can do, guys? Right click on the integration, export clar file. Then next, select the create simple manifesto. Then click next. Where we want to save this file, we can select the path, downloads or somewhere else. Just finish, guys. It will save in the local system, guys. If you go open, this is the clar file, guys. The type is a clar file, and this is the name, guys. Okay. So this way we can export to the our local system. From here we can attach it through mail. Okay. So through WhatsApp, web, or anything, anywhere we can attach, and we can send it to the specific person, guys. Okay. So this way we can share to the anyone our code, guys, our integration. Okay. So already one of your friends shared to you, guys, one of integration. You want to import that code, how we can use it? So just right click on the white space, guys. There is a import, guys. Import. If you want to send, we can use a export, guys. If you want to import, like if you want to load from the external, we just import clar file, and where the file is. So this is the file, for example. So just select the file and open and click next, guys. So this name is already existing in our project explorer. We have to change the name, and so we can check the existing integration, guys. So still, if you want to load this integration into the your project explorer, just go to edit one, just to change the name, guys. Underscore one, guys. So now there is no more errors, guys. Just finish. If we can observe, guys, this is the integration. This is the integration we imported, and expand and click the assembly. Now if you can see the same type of components, we can able to see, guys, here. So this way we can import or export the clar files, guys, through clar files. We can call this one as a clar file, guys. For example, if we want to send a integration from the Cloud Explorer, which is available in our tenant, guys. Okay. For example, this is the one. Just a right click on this integration. We have a import source, guys. Import source. Select the import source. This integration already existing in my project explorer. So we can select the one more integration, import source. This source for the collection is not available, which means I will show you. So if you want to, if you want, take a clar file from the tenant, from the Cloud Explorer, we can take it from the right click on the integration, import source code, guys. See, mass transfer to company location. This integration we want to import to the project explorer just to finish mass transfer, right? So where it is here. This is the integration, guys. This is the integration we can get a, for example, exist integration we have, guys. There is a integration, there is a requirement. We have to change the integration flow, guys. Okay. Or someone uh, uh, somewhat we needed changes, guys. We need to add a few components or something from this integration. We have to check how the integration is flow. So we can use a right click on this integration, import source code, guys. Import source. It automatically will come to here, guys. Okay. It just expand and double click on the assembly. It will open here, guys. Mass transfer. This is the integration. This is the flow, guys. Okay. So this way we can import a clar file from the Cloud Explorer, and if you want to export to the someone else, so if you want to share this clar file to someone else, we can right click on integration. We have a export option, guys. Export export option to clar file. And then if you want to import clar file from the local system, right click on the open space and import option, guys. Import clar file. So these are the options if you want to share or if you want to upload, if you want to take the clar file backup, everything. These are the options to take a backup or to share to anyone or to import a source code, anything. Okay. So once you open, we can check. This is the workday component. This is the launch parameters. Okay. So here they have added a launch parameters, a four launch parameters, which is a date. Difference is a reference types, guys. Those are the taken from here, guys. We want to store those launch parameters into the variables. So this is the syntax, guys. LP means launch parameter. Dot get reference data. This is the get data, reference data, and the reference data, guys. So this way, and this is the request, guys. So this is the web service request they have used, and then they have used the outsource component, and they have used the splitter component to split the row by row process and check the conditions, guys. Okay. So this way they have used this integration, guys. Okay. So for example, so in our integration, so deploy, if I want to deploy this integration without selecting this option, guys, include source code, right? Without selecting this option, what will happen? So if you try to import the any integration, if you try to import the integration, you will get a error message, guys. If you try to, once you deploy to workday, if you deploy without the checkbox, guys, without this checkbox. So then the later after 1 year in your local system, this clar file got missed, guys. If you try to import the clar file, if you want to change into the clar file, what will happen? You have to import it from the tenant, guys. Cloud Explorer. In that case, what will happen? If you try to import source, you will get a this type of message, guys. You cannot import the source code because of while deploying it to the integration into the tenant, you don't have you did not select this checkbox, guys. You did not select this checkbox. That is the reason it show that type of error, guys. Okay. So do remember, guys, in always whenever we going to deploy a integration to the tenant Cloud Explorer, you should enable this checkbox, guys. Don't forget, guys. Okay. So until unless if you click on this tenant, the next button will be not will be populated, guys. Once you select this option, then only these options will be visible, guys. Okay. So this is the way, guys, we can import or export. Okay. This any integrations, guys. Okay. From Project Explorer to Cloud Explorer, Cloud Explorer to Project Explorer, and the Project Explorer to you want to take it from the outside of the workday local system. So how we can like export, and if you want to load a file file from the external, we can use a import options, guys. Okay. So any doubts, guys? Okay. So
Can we move the project from the Cloud Explorer to Project Explorer, sir?
Cloud Explorer to Project Explorer. So I'll show you, right. So right click on the any integration. So we have a import source, guys. So just select this option and
Just
finish, guys. Okay.
Means until unless we download as a CLAR file, otherwise we don't have any other option.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if you note out, so we will start the inbound integration, guys. The outbound integration is completed. So we will start the inbound integration. So how we can create the integration, guys?
New create assembly project.
How to create the integration? Project, file, new.
File new create assembly project. Workday assembly.
Select the name. Give the name, guys. INT 128 inbound. Okay. Just select next and finish, guys. So this will be create, guys. This is the inbound and this is the outbound. So inbound. Now tell me, guys, what is the first step and required component we should take for the creating a new integration?
Workday.
Workday.
Yeah. Workday component. Then, so this is the input, guys. We need a file. Input file as well. So which is so someone there to us. So like uh, HR people or some other senior managers or anyone want to share this file to us, guys, sample file. Then we can build a integration. Okay, we can build a integration. Then we can give a information to the their people, guys. They will provide SFTP details. We can configure it, guys. Okay. So before they will give the file. We have to give a required fields guys. What are all the required fields to load a data into the workday? So they will ask us guys, what are the required fields? So they can provide to us. So we have to list down all the fields and we will give to the business team. Okay, we will give the these are the required fields to load your data into the workday. Okay, so once we given this data to the business team, they will prepare a one sample Excel guys, sample CSV file. Based on that, so they will give the first sample file. Based on the sample file, we can build the integration. The same file they going to upload it to the SFTP folder daily guys. Okay, so we have to first we have to check the what are the required fields we have. Okay, so let's go to the tenant. So for example, I want to give a request one time payment as a automation guys. The same what we done in the EAB, same web service we can take it. Okay, request one time payment. So we can prepare one CSV file guys. Okay, effective date and the employee. Employee is the required fields guys. If you can observe, effective date and the employee is a required fields. Click OK. Then plan and the schedule payment date. So we have to give the amount as well guys. The amount also required field, right? Where can give where we can give that amount field. Maybe once we select the Christmas bonus. Yes. The amount field is required and the currency currency also required. Yes. By default it's taking the currency. So amount and the currency. Okay. So we're going to save as a so we have to select save as a comma separated file guys. Comma separated file. So we have CSV file guys. This is the comma delimiter. We can select the saves type and this is the file name guys. Okay, just to save, it will save into the CSV format. Okay, so these are the required fields we can give to the business team. Okay, so they can give the data guys. Okay, so let's see guys, before after giving the this data they will prepare the CSV file and parallelly we have to check the web service, guys. So in EIB, we can generate a spreadsheet and we can enter the data into the spreadsheet, guys. But in Studio, we don't have spreadsheet, guys. We have to, we have to, we have to test the web services, guys. Web services. How we going to check? Go to the Windows tab. Show view. We have a schema explorer, guys. Windows, show view, schema explorer. So once you click on the schema explorer, it will open, guys. Okay, it will open on the right side schema explorer, guys. Okay, so there is a option W symbol, guys. After W, we have a arrow button. Click on the arrow button. So this is the latest web services. This is the previous version's web service, guys. So we can check, we can take any one of these, no problem. So add Workday web services. Okay, this is the 43 version. This is the 42 version, guys. So request one-time payment on which category, guys? Under which category the request one-time payment having?
Compensation.
Compensation. Select the checkbox. Just finish, guys. This will comes to here, guys. Compensation version 43.0. If we expand this one, it will display this. This is the one. One more time, you can expand this one. It will open the list of all the web services, guys. List of all the web services. If you use the get services, which means what is this, guys? Get web services. Get web services means if we want to get a data from Workday, we can use this get services, guys. Create, assign, add, import, put, request. These are the web services we can use to load your data into Workday, guys. Load your data into Workday. So which means for the inbound purpose we can use this all the web services, guys. In our requirement is we have to load a request one-time payment into the Workday. So we can take a put, add, create, or request, update. These all the web services we have to take, guys. So let's see where is our web service. Request one-time payment. This is the web service, right? So we have to test this web service, guys. Right click on this web service. So we have a open soap wrap request, guys. So once right click on the any web service. So there is the option. There is the option. This is the option, guys. Okay. Open soap wrap request, guys. Open soap wrap request. Click on this option. Okay. So it just minimize, guys. In the right side, we have a minimize option for the schema explorer. So once you right click on this web service, open soap wrap request. Once you click on that option, it will open these boxes, guys. Okay. Later we can minimize the schema explorer. So it will show as a some bigger diagram. Okay. You can scroll down. So it will show all the sample request, guys. This is the web service request, guys. If you can observe, this is the request and this is the response, guys. How the response, what is the response is coming if you send this request. Okay. So how we can send this request to the response to the workday. We have a send request, guys. In the green color button, guys, if you can observe here, so we have a send request option, guys. So once you click on this option, it will give you a response, guys. Workday will give you a response. What is this response? If you can observe, invalid ID ABCD is a not a valid ID. Type for the contingent worker ID. Showing as a for contingent worker ID we have given as a ABCDF. Okay, this is a not a valid ID. Is showing as a invalid ID. We have to change the ID, guys. Same for the remaining as well. ABCD is a not a valid ID for the employee ID. So if you scroll down, we have a employee ID. We are given ABCDF, which is also invalid. Position ID also invalid, and benefit event subcategory also invalid, guys. Okay. So once you open the request, by default all the values show as a ABCDF, guys. Okay. So based on our requirement, we can change the values, guys. Okay. Let's see how this look like. This is the business process parameters, guys, from here to here. The same XML file, guys. There is nothing. If you can work, if you can observe, the business process parameter is a open tag here, and this is the closing tag, guys. Okay. So between this, we have a business process related information. Business process related information. We have seen in the EAB spreadsheet, guys. Run now with automated process, manual process, those options, right? So those options will be available in the here, guys, under business process parameter. Okay. So see, auto complete, true, run now, true. So by default, every time we're going to give a true, guys. Okay. So this is the commented data, guys. For the business process, comment data, we don't require this. So we can, if it's not required, we can remove, guys. We can remove. So where the comment data is started, this is the opening tag. Where the closing tag, guys? This is the closing tag. So from here to from closing tag, we can remove entire tags, guys. Between those also we can remove, guys, if not needing. Same way, we have a business process attachment data. It's not a required, guys. Attachment data also. Its opening tag is here. Attachment data, and this is the closing tag, guys. So which is also not a required fields. So we can remove from starting to ending tag. We can remove, guys. Now come back to the our main request, guys. One time payment data. Okay. So what are the required fields, guys? Employee ID is a required field. Okay. We can keep the employee ID same, and position reference is required, guys. Position reference, is it required field, guys?
No.
No. So position reference started here and closing here. We can remove this entire tax. Effective date is required, right? We can keep it same. Employee eligibility date, which is not required, still we can keep a same data, guys. And the reason reference is required, guys? No. So we can remove. And one time payment subcategory data. One time payment sub data, guys. One time payment plan ID is required, guys. Yes or no? Yes, we can keep same. And schedule payment date, guys, required. We can keep, guys. This is the we don't require, guys. Coverage start date, coverage end date. So these three fields we don't require, guys. We can remove. And amount field required. We can keep it same, guys. And currency reference required, guys. Required. We can keep it a same thing, guys. And comment do not play costing company reference. So these are the options not required, guys. We can remove. Okay. So now one time payment work stack reference, guys. This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag, which is not required, guys. We can remove, guys. So we have keep the what are the required fields. Only those fields we have keep it, guys. Just send request now. See, still we are facing error. ABCDF is a not a valid ID, employee ID. We can remove one by one error, guys. Employee ID, let me know, guys, one sample employee ID 21002. Now send request. We have only two errors now. ABCD is a not a valid ID for the one time payment plan ID. For plan ID, it is not a valid ID showing, guys. Okay. So we have to go to here and check the ID, guys. One time payment integration IDs. Yes or no? One time payment plan ID is requesting. This is the one time payment, guys. We can give the plan ID here. Okay. So then again, if we can run, now we have only one error, which is currency ID. Currency ID is a not a valid ID. You can give USD. Now try to run now. So this is the business process validation rules they have given, guys. Account exceeded amount exceeded the maximum amount one, guys. So if we given as a more than 1 rupee, okay, so it will give say error, guys. Okay, which is a business process validation. Okay, we don't want to touch anything, so we just run the one maximum amount one warning message. So let's open this employee, guys. This data triggered or not, we have to take as new workers, which is loaded successfully, guys. The amount exceeded 1 rupee, but it's loaded, guys. 128 changing. It's not loaded on the process. It's completed. But it's giving a one error, guys. Amount exceeded maximum. Yes. They have given us those errors, but still, but it's loaded successfully, guys. Which means this web service is working fine, guys. Let's try to 0.1. Actually, I have to show you one thing. So this response will not come in the actual request case, actual response case. So once it's successful, you will get this type of response. So once it's generated as a workday ID, okay. So once it's generated as a workday ID, which means it's loaded successfully, guys. It's loaded successfully. If you go to the open this workday ID, WID colon, and we can give this workday ID. Then it automatically it will come on the one time payment link, guys. This is the 10.1. Okay, guys. So this way, this web service we can test this. Okay. So any doubts on the web service testing, guys? If you want to test another web service, we can test, guys. Okay. So any doubts on this web service testing, guys?
Sir, if you want to apply for the multiple employees, so we need to add the data like this, right?
I will show you, guys. I will show you later
Okay.
how we can add a through integration. For this web service request is for sample request, guys. So we have taken one employee ID and we can try to test this web service, guys. How the web service will be behave and how the what are the required fields we can keep it in the web service level. We can keep it in the we can test it in the web service, guys. The purpose we have taken as a one sample request, sample employee ID, guys. Okay, so we can copy this. Okay, so I will keep it separate as of now. So now tell me, guys. So they will prepare a one Excel file. They have given as a effective date 05/01/2025. So employee ID 21002, 21003, 21004, 21005. Okay, I have given the same effective date and plan. I will give the same customers bonus, guys. Okay, schedule payment also we can use the same date and amount. I'm going to give 128. Currency USD. This is the file they have shared to us, guys. Okay. So, for example, it is located in the SFTP folder. We can process that. Before SFTP folder, they will give us a the sample file, guys. We have to place a file in the integration, then process, guys. Initially. So, which component to use to call a file, guys? Async mediation. Here we have a write component, guys. We have right component, we can connect. In the right component, we can remove the message content. We can take a static file, guys. Static file, and we can browse a file from the external, and this is the file, right? We just open it. Click OK. This file will be open here, guys. Okay. So now see, guys, how the data will come using the right component. What we call from the file. We can take a store component. Output we can store as a variable CSV file. CSV file dot CSV. Okay. We can save before deploying. If we can try to INT 128 studio, there is no integration, guys. If we can observe. So if I try to deploy input file, we don't need to declare, guys. Why? Because of here in the right component, we have Kali file. What's the output is storing, guys? In output storing as a messages. So for the next component, input as a message, guys. If we take it as the output variable, then we can take it input as a variable, guys. Okay. So we don't need to variable. Just deploy this integration to the tenant. So now we have a two integration which is unnecessary. So we can remove the select that option, select the integration name and remove that. If you select the main integration, the remove option not will be displayed, guys. Okay, just finish it. Let's come back to the our tenant. Now we have the integration, guys. Now we have an output file. This is the file name, and if we can observe, guys, same data is coming. Okay, so this way we can call a file, any static file. If you want to call, we can use the right component, guys. Okay, we can use a right component. And now tell me, guys, we got a CSV file. If you want to process those CSV files, so which component we can use? And so we can process a data one by one, guys, not all the records at a time, using the web service. Okay, using the web service, we can process one by one record, guys. First employee record, then second employee record, and third employee record. This way we can process, guys. Now tell me, guys, what is the process I have to take for this after this?
We have to take split the component.
Yes, splitter component. Okay, if you take a splitter component, how we can split? This is a CSV file we are coming to. It's getting. What is the strategy we can use, guys?
Message split test.
Sorry, message, standard splitter, XPath splitter, XML splitter, JSON splitter, zip splitter. So, and this is the custom splitter, guys. So, which splitter we can use for the CSV file?
Standard split.
Custom splitter.
XML split.
Custom splitter, sir.
If you use the custom splitter, we have to write a Java code, guys. We have to write a Java code. If we have a good knowledge of the Java, we can use the custom build component, guys. This is the custom strategy, guys. But tell me, guys, which if you use the standard data source, we have to give a default value is a text or plain. This is text or plain, and we have to give the line breaks and multiple line separators. This all the options we have to give, guys. Okay, do let me know, guys, any other way. Before splitting the data for CSV file, we can convert it to the XML file. Okay, so whenever we have getting a CSV file in real time, always be converting into the XML file, then we can process it. Okay, so we have a, if we click the right click on the async mediation add option, we have a CSV to XML component, guys. So select that option, and if you scroll down on namespace, this all the things we don't need, guys. By default, it will take a root name as a root and row name as a row, guys. We don't need to take anything, guys. Okay. After converting a CSV file to XML, we have to check how the data is coming. We can use store component. We can use the store component later, guys. Okay. So how I'm going to change it to XML file.xml, guys. Okay. Let's save this. I'm trying to deploy into the tenant, guys. Finish. Now run the integration. Now we have a one output file, guys. XML file. Open this file. This way, this will be converting CSV file to XML, guys. If we can observe inside the root element, we have a entire data. So inside root, we have a multiple row of components, guys. We have given only 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 now. 5 rows, guys. But actually, we have given only 4 rows. If we can observe. So what is this header? Column 1 and column 2 like this. But actually, these tags should become as a this name, right? Effective date, employee. The header name should be displayed in the here, guys. Column 1, column 2 like this. and this is also is taking as a one the header record. This header record showing as a showing as a one row, guys. It's considering as a one row, guys. Sorry, okay. So it's considering as a one row for the header record as well. Okay, but which is a incorrect. Yes or no? So how we can remove this header tag as a one row? How we can check this component, guys. CSV to XML. So is there any options we have? If we can observe. So in the last we have a use first line as a header. Use first line as a header. This is the true or false condition, guys. If we can observe, this is showing as a TF. TF means true or false condition. So we can give a true, guys, which means use first line as a header. It automatically the first line will consider as a header. The remaining records it will show as a actual data, guys. So I have given as a first line as a header equal to true. Then I have deployed to the tenant. Now we go to the integration and the run, guys. Now we have an output file. Let's open this file. If we can observe, guys, so the first row is showing as a data and which is the tags as a header names, guys. Yes or no? It's extracting a now it's convert a CSV file to XML file as a proper data, guys. Now we can use a splitter component, guys. We can use the splitter component. Then we can store the all the values into the variables, which means props variables, guys. We can take a one more async mediation and we can take a availability expression, avail component. So here we can add a multiple rows and what are the fields we are extracting from the output from in the input. We can store this all the values into the variables, guys. Okay, then we can use those variables into the soap body request to process the data, guys. Okay, so for today's assignment is you can test the web service, guys. You can test the request one time payment web service testing, and once if everything is fine, we can build a integration. We can prepare a one sample file CSV file and we can call this here file to the integration level and use a converter to the CSV to XML. Then we can use the splitter component. Then you can store all the values into the props variable and those testing, right? The web service tested we have tested, right? Those web service tested level, the variables, right? Those variables we can call to this web service level. Okay, let's see, and we can use the store component. How the data is coming, we can observe, guys. Okay, you can observe and send me the photos in the group, guys. Let's see how many you people can do this assignment. Okay, guys. Any doubts, guys? Guys, any doubts? Guys, till now, any doubts, guys?
Sir, yesterday you have given one assignment, right? Um, mm, we need to use the XLST plus instead of route, instead of aggregator.
Hmm.
So when I ran that, I got the output in the XML format. So can I get the CSV format also?
Yes,
Default, I'm
I
getting
think
the XML
yesterday,
format.
yes. So we can get it. How we going to write a code, the XSLT code?